So I already primed my lid with my NARS primer, and then I'm going to lay down a sort of super bright pink in the crease. And you can shape this however you like into your crease. You can use something more mild if you like I think this one is called Post Haste or Passionate. I have both, I can't remember. This one is Post Haste. So you can use something like Post Haste if you want. I just want to go a little bit more intense, so I'm personally going to use, I think it's pronounced Rani, and this one's from MAC. Any bright pink will do. I don't even know if you guys are going to be able to see that. There you go. So any bright pink will do. Fluffy brush. And I'm just going to pretty much go ham in my crease with this one. And it's going to be really intense and bright and beautiful. And do it based on your eye shape. Mine, I like to focus darker colors outward and then fade inward. So I like to kind of focus like darker here and then fading it in. That's what I personally prefer. Remember what I had mentioned in one of my tutorials. If you guys haven't watched one of my other tutorials, I did mention that using a lighter hand at the end of your brush with your fluffy brush will allow you to kind of control how light you're putting your crease colors in. And then the motion that you're doing, whether it's windshield wiper motions or little circles help you build and blend the color, and windshield wiper motions help you kind of softly diffuse the color into your crease. And I'm putting this as my best friend color. Usually I would do a brown, but I'm using a pink. And it's easier to start off light and build. As you guys can tell, I'm going like more and more intense, and I'm just building it more and more. It's easier to do it that way because once you put too much, it's harder to take away than it is to add. So keep that in mind. And then for my lid, I'm actually going to use more of a gold color. You can use something like this. This one's called Flip from MAC, which is very, very pretty. You can use Amber Lights if you're a warmer toned woman, or you can use something like Expensive Pink where it leans gold but it has a little bit of a pink hue to it. That would be pretty also. I'm going to use Expensive Pink with a flat shader brush, and this is just going to get tapped onto my lid. And in the middle of my lid, I'm going to pop on Flip, also from MAC, just to kind of dab it right in the middle to kind of give it a little oomph. You can do this wet if you want to, like if you have like a really intense gold pigment to pop on the middle. Oh, I might do that later. But just to kind of intensify to make it more gold. I just did a little bit of that. And if you have to blend the edges, go for it. And then I'm going to pop this purple in there. This one is Floral Fantasy, also from MAC. And I'm just going to use a 217-like brush from MAC. And then this is going to get balled right into here. And that's just going to kind of fade. This is going to be one of our crease colors. And basically we're building the purple here. This look involves a lot of blending, so be patient with yourself and don't get upset. And I'm mostly focusing the color here and then fading it in. So it's getting more and more intense on the outside. Fade out the colors a little so it looks more blended. Now for this color, you can use one of either of these or both or whatever. I personally like a color like Makeup Forever 92. It is one of my favorite purples in the whole wide world. Or you can use something more mild like Chocoholic from MAC. I even used another one. Violet Trance would be okay too, but Violet Trance leans a little bit more blue. So depending on your skin tone, you can use something like that too. Whatever it is, use a more intenser, darker purple. I'm going to go ahead and use a more detailed crease brush. This one's from Sedona Lace, the EB15. I'm not sure if you guys are going to be able to read that. But I'm going to use one that's a little bit more detailed, and I'm going to go in with Makeup Forever 92. You can use any intense purple that you have. Sugar Pill, Poison Plum would be a good one. That one's really pretty. And I'm just going to go ham on my crease again. And just really build that color in there. And I'm kind of curving it around that gold so that there's like a little bit of a cut right there. And blend as high as you like. It's up to you how intense you want this to look. This is part of the reason why we laid down all those extra blending colors, so that it's a nice fade, and that way it doesn't look like you just slapped on hella color. And it makes your blending easier because it's blending with all those extra colors. Again, take your crease brush, diffuse the edges down. You can go more and more intense on this if you want to. It's totally up to you. I am going to drag this down here a little bit. So I'm just going to literally kind of fade this on the bottom. Just so it kind of goes all around my eye. This part will be dependent on your eye shape. I just want a really nice flare of purple, so I'm going to go for it. With another brush, I'm going to blend it out with that pink that we used earlier. Just a little bit of it, because this stuff is really intense. Just to kind of blend right under here. Just so it's a nice little fade. And it just kind of, it's not so overly top heavy, you know? And I'm blending around the edges so that we have a nice little flare. We have like a nice little flare of color right here. And then just do the same to the other side. Like if you wanted to stop it right there, that's pretty. I'm just going a little bit intense today. So there are different grades of how you guys can do this look. Like you are not obligated to do it any certain way or as intense as I do it. Like something like this would be really pretty all on its own. I just like to get a little dramatic. And as if I'm not dramatic enough, I'm going to go ahead and add in a little bit of darker color. You can use black if you want to. I'm going to go ahead and use Shadowy Lady, also from MAC. You can use the black. It's up to you. I personally hate using black into the crease, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. But just to intensify... What are y'all doing? Okay. You hear them getting a little rowdy. Okay. Sorry, the dogs are getting a little rowdy. I'm just going to ball this in the corner just a touch, just to intensify just a little bit, like just a touch, literally. If you want to leave it like this is cool too. It really doesn't matter. But just for added definition because of my eyeballs, the way my eyeballs are, it's easier for me to do it like that. And then, because I'm going all kinds of intense, I'm going to use a lighter blender highlight color. And I'm going to just grab my usual vanilla. I would do something matte just to balance everything else that you have going on. But if you don't mind being a little dramatic, I think Dazzle Light would be really pretty. You can even do something more intense. You don't have to do a matte highlight. I'm just doing it to kind of define my brow a little bit. But choose whatever highlight you like. It's up to you. If you want to do shimmer, go for it. I'm not opposed. I'm going to go ahead and just use more of a matte highlight because I want all of this to stand out. So when I do a matte highlight, it just kind of, it emphasizes everything else that's going on, you know? I'm going to go ahead and do my liner. I'm using the Super Slim from L'Oreal, and then I'm going to go ahead and do my waterline and tight line with MAC, just to kind of really frame my eyes. I'm going to do a pretty intense wing, and then I'm going to slap on some lashes, and then I would be back. Don't you love what a difference liner makes? So now you can really see everything like once it's all laid down, and I love how this looks. Like I love it. So don't be afraid to play with color, y'all. So for my lashes, I slapped on Red Cherry number 82s. They're just a little bit more on the natural side, but they're very full. You can go as dramatic of a lash as you want to. I just chose these because they make my eyes look more like this way. And I like how they kind of just, I don't know, thicken up my lash line, I guess. I did do a thicker, more dramatic wing just to kind of complement the look. And then I did also tightline as well as do my waterline with a black. You don't have to do that. It's totally up to your eye shape, really. I'm going to go ahead and do my face, and then I'll be right back. I did use Smashbox's new Liquid Halo foundation, and I'm shade number 7. And then I did a little bit of bronzing with Benefit's HOOLA. On my cheeks is a little bit of MAC's Fleur Power. Fleur Power looks like this. It's like kind of like a soft coral, sort of. There you go. You can see the color there. It's like a soft coral. You could use whatever blush you want. I recommend like a soft coral pink. It looks really pretty. And then I highlighted with my Laura Mercier matte highlighter as well, just to kind of give me a nice soft glow. Highlight with whatever you like. If you have like a pinkish highlighter, that would be ideal. For my lips, I'm going to do kind of like a soft coral nude. I'm going to go ahead and line my lips with Max Lasting Sensation, just to kind of give me some definition. Any sort of coral lip liner is fine. Just kind of blend that out so that it doesn't look overly colored, if you will. And then I'm going to go ahead and use Sweet and Sour. I don't know if you guys can really see this color, but it's like a soft peachy orange. And I'm just going to kind of, it's like a peachy orange nude. And that's just going to get blended right over that. I'm just going to kind of blend the edges a little bit so it's not like overly coral. And then I'm going to pop a little bit of Jazzed kind of in the middle, just to give it more of like a corally flare. Just to kind of give it more of like a softer peachy kind of look. And then I'm going to top it off with a kind of nude peachy gloss. This one is called On the Scene. And then that's just going to top everything off. And it's just going to make everything look a lot more smooth. There we go. So this is pretty much the finished look. We are done. I hope you guys enjoy the tutorial, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye!